Hey writer friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Holly. I'm a writer aspiring to be a published author. And in today's video, I have a very fun tag with you. I collabed to create this tag with Marisa Mohi, so I will link her video down below, but we decided to create the Read Your Old Cringeworthy writing tag. So we were talking about doing a collab and we realized that we have come a long way in our writing, and we thought it would be fun to share with you guys some of our old writing, and not just our old writing, but our old cringeworthy writing, because we know it's out there. We know everyone has it, and we want to hear it. So what I'm going to do is just read a couple excerpts from the different short stories and novels that I've written throughout the years, and then at the end of them tell you why they're cringeworthy. You could probably tell as I'm reading it. But so first off, I just want to say that I made this comic sometime in grade school, I don't even know, and I could not find the actual comic, but I had drawn the whole comic out, but I had actually redrawn the cover, and I wanted to show you guys because this is the start of the cringeworthiness. But this comic was called The Adventures of Super Blueberry. And yes, he was a superhero blueberry, like an actual blueberry, utility belt and all. So it's just like, these are the things your brain comes up with when you're a kid. But yeah, I thought that was fun to share with you. I wish I had the whole comic and I had colored the other cover, but yeah, I don't have that anymore, just this. So hopefully I can find it sometime, somewhere, and be able to show you guys. So this was a book that I wrote, I believe it was called the Young Authors Program in grade school. I remember writing this in 6th grade, and I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread, okay, you guys? So I thought it was so good, and then when I got my grade back, I had a C+, and I was like, what? I thought this was awesome. And there was actually a contest with all of the stories that the kids wrote, and I wasn't even eligible to enter because I had such a bad grade. And I was like, I thought it was so good, but it actually had a really good message to it. It was called The Keeper of Time. So of course, written and illustrated by Holly-Davis. And I'll read you the little back blurb because, ooh, I was writing back blurbs back then. But it was, time is running out. Will Michael survive? Michael's grandma has leukemia and will die in a month. A cure for leukemia is coming out in 2 months. Michael, with a Betsy's help, traveled to find the Keeper of Time. She is said to give people more time. If Michael reaches the Keeper of Time, his grandma can live for another month, and she'll get the cure for leukemia. Along the way, Mike encounters many dangers. Will he reach the Keeper of Time, or will he end up with a broken heart? Aww. So there's actually a really good message to this story, but I just didn't write it very well. So I'm just gonna read you the first page. And of course, it's all handwritten out. And, oh yeah, I believe it's in cursive, which they don't teach anymore in school, which just blows my mind. I'm like, how are you gonna sign your $1 million checks, and how are you gonna read other people's signatures? So people were making jokes that oh, kids are gonna be doctors now because you won't be able to read their signatures. Yeah. But anyways, so The Keeper of Time, final draft too. Ooh, I was editing. Man, okay, this was the start of something. Grandma, Grandma, yelled Michael Wellington, a 13-year-old boy. Oh, hello, Michael. How are you, my dear boy? Come in and have a seat. I have tea and cookies waiting for you, said Maria Wellington, Michael's grandmother. Oh, I'm doing fine. How is your mother? She's great, Michael responded. It had been a long, hard, and cold winter, which had made it difficult for them to see each other over the past few weeks. They sit down in a big, comfy couch. Michael then remembers the first time she got that couch. He was only 5 years old. Michael and his grandmother had gone to a real estate. Grandma got the couch, and he got a Power Ranger toy. They were both happy that day. So first off, so cringy because this dialogue is horrible. Why, hello, how are you? I am good, how are you? Fine, he responded. Yes, she said back. It's just wow, that was really bad. And then also, even just on the first page, I like switched tenses between past and present. So I'm like, no wonder I got a C+, because I hadn't realized that literally throughout this whole novel, which was, oh, let's see, it was 19, well, like 18 pages long. And yeah, throughout the whole novel, I just switched between past and present. So that was a big mistake, super cringy. And then this next novel is the start of the whole fanfiction.net era for me. So this is my first Kingdom Hearts fanfic. It actually is really near and dear to my heart because this was the start of me really diving into the head of characters and getting into their emotions and, you know, delving into their backstory. And that was when I started writing more regularly and posting content, posting chapters, and, you know, coming up with these ideas, which eventually led me to create my own original story, which is Ranakori Realm, for those of you who have been following me for a while. And so yeah, so this fanfic is near and dear to my heart, but it is also super cringy since it was like literally the first like kind of real story that I wrote that actually had, you know, a decent amount of content. And it also had a sequel too. Oh, I don't know how many pages this one was, but you know, it's pretty hefty. I had went to Kinko's too and got it spiral bound. But anyways, if any of you guys know Kingdom Hearts, the main characters are Sora, Riku, and Kairi, but then I made up that Sora had a sister named Aikui. So I'm gonna read about halfway down on the page. Sora lay awake on his bed. I can't go to sleep. I don't wanna have that dream again. Hey Sora, talking to yourself again? Asked Aikui as she threw some dirty clothes on Sora's head. Ugh, get your smelly clothes off me. Man, when was the last time you did laundry? Sora, those are your clothes, snickered Aikui. Sora let out a big sigh. Will you please just leave me alone? Aikui didn't respond. Hello, Aikui, I'm talking to you. Just then, Sora realized she was staring at something. He followed her eyes out the window and saw a huge storm unlike any other. I gotta see this, said Aikui, and she hurried outside. Wait, you can't go out there, yelled Sora, chasing after her. As he ran outside, he saw Riku on the pier. Riku, what are you doing? We gotta get out of the storm. No, I will not be afraid, said Riku, motionless. What are you talking about? The darkness cannot get me. Riku was swallowed up by the darkness, and in his place lay a strange object. Sora picked it up, and immediately shadows were upon him. The creatures from my dream. Sora? It was Aikui. Sora, I'm afraid. Don't be, I know what to do. You do? Asked Aikui. I've already done this 5 times. Just stay near me to keep safe, okay? But Aikui did not respond. In fact, she was nowhere to be seen. Sora battled the Heartless. Soon, all of the shadows were gone. So you could tell this was a little bit better than the Keeper of Time, but still super cringy because I didn't realize this while I was writing this. It wasn't until I started editing Ranakori Realm that I realized I had really bad talking head syndrome, which if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much just dialogue, like no description, barely any actions. It's just tons of dialogue because it just seems like there's 2 talking heads just floating in space and you don't even know what the area looks like. So that was pretty much me. Like I don't describe any of the surroundings. I don't describe the storm. Like things just happen in a snap. Like if you guys are confused about what happened, like, yeah, you should be. And then also like Sora battled the Heartless. Soon all the shadows were gone. It's like, okay, what was the battle like? What happened during the fight? It was like, I just like didn't describe anything. So I have definitely improved on that since this fanfic. Okay, now this next snippet is cringy for a very different reason, and that's because it is like super cheesy. But this is my Harry Potter fanfic. The only Harry Potter fanfic I wrote. It's actually a one-shot, which is usually like 1 to 2K words, sometimes even shorter. So it's not quite like a short story, I guess. But anyways, I really liked this story back then, but like reading it back, I'm like, yeah, this is just super cheesy. So in this story, the main character, Marina, finds out that she is a squib, and her best friend, Jaren, He is not. He is able to continue on at Hogwarts and be a wizard. Years went by and I tried to get over it, but it was hard. The hardest part wasn't not being at Hogwarts. It was Jaren being at Hogwarts. I had to go months without him around. He was my best friend, and even though I couldn't learn magic, he still treated me like I could. I see you for who you are, not for who you're not, Jaren said to me. You can't help it. Whenever he came home for winter and summer breaks, he'd always show me everything he learned. They were right. Ravenclaws are wise and smart. As the years went by, Jaren not only was a prefect and head boy, but he was also the announcer during Quidditch matches and who tutored kids in care of magical creatures. Guess those days shutting up his dog really paid off. What? I'll never forget, though, that day he came home for break in his 6th year. Marina, Jaren and I sat in his backyard. He had just finished showing me the new things he learned. Even though he wasn't supposed to use magic outside of school, he still risked it for me. Yeah? I asked, wrapping my arms around my legs. He still gave me butterflies when he said my name. I've been keeping this inside for a while, but I know I can't do this any longer. My heart skipped a beat, anticipation but fear on my face. I think I'm in love with you. My eyes widened at his remark. Love? I didn't know he felt that strongly about me, but it felt good because I felt that strongly about him. I was scared though, because I was just a squib and he was a wizard. He was from a whole different world, one that I should have been a part of. And, he continued, I know what you're thinking. You're a squib. Big deal. Why should that matter? And anyways, even after being in school for all these years and being with so many witches and wizards, no one casts a spell on me like you do. Oh my gosh. I could barely breathe. Maybe it was because no one had ever said something so sweet to me. Or maybe it was because he had kissed me and taken my breath away. His lips felt soft against mine, and I soon felt the warmth of his gentle embrace. I kept my eyes closed, and he let my heart keep me in the moment. I felt more elated than I had ever been before. Someone cared, someone loved me. So this is magic. So it was kind of cute, but like more cheesy. Like, who says that? And then I also used like the horrible trope where like two people like each other and for years they don't say anything for no reason. Like, why? If you love them, confess your love. So that was just like 101. Like, and then also, you know, I kind of said like, oh, my heart skipped a beat, anticipation but fear on my face. So I was really telling. Back then, I needed the emotion thesaurus, but I don't even think it existed back then. But anyways, so as you could see, my writing got a little bit better. I believe I wrote this in like 2005 or 6, maybe 2006 or 7. So a little bit more refined work. And lastly, I will be sharing with you my DDR fanfic. So this one I started in 2004. And I'm gonna read you 3 different snippets because I found like 3 different parts in the first 2 chapters that I was like, this is amazing. Oh my God, there's a fly, of course. Of course there's a fly. So this was the start of the first chapter. The school year had been long and boring. Missing homework, absent students, and detentions were anything but rare. It seemed as though the days would never end, like when you'd look at the clock and it would say 2:31 p.m., but then an hour later you look and it says 9:15 a.m. School can be such a drag. But who knew that at school there could be miracles? Something to make you feel alive again, to raise up your spirits and give you something to think about. It can help you drone out your teacher's voice. Well, those things did happen, all because a student in the school posted a sign on the activities board. It read, "Hey students, don't miss out on a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Do you play DDR? Do you constantly spend your money at the arcades playing it? Here's your chance to put your dancing to use, for free. Sign up in the main office if you want to be a part of a local DDR competition. That's right, you can play DDR for free and have a chance to win tons of cool prizes. If you win local, you can go on to state, national, and even worldwide. Winners of each competition will be named the DDR Elite, open to anyone ages 10 through 19. Sign up now. You will receive a date as to when you will dance to one DDR song. If the judges select you, you will receive info in the mail and be one of the 26 local contestants. That's right, only 26 people in this area will make it. No matter if you make it or not, you will receive something in the mail." That's stupid. So remember to practice, practice, practice. By the way, I'll see you there, Bailey. So I was like, so dramatic. It's like, oh my God, once in a lifetime chance. Like, it's just so dramatic. Like, oh, this is super cringy. I guess at least it's a good start to like an inciting incident, like literally right away. So yeah, it was kind of decent. So now my main character, Kaylee, found out that she is one of the contestants in the competition. So she is walking on her way to her best friend Sean's house to see if he got accepted too. Kaylee stepped outside into the warm breeze and clipped her keychain to her belt. With summer here and school almost out, she could taste the victories of the competition already. Kaylee was also glad that she had heard the good news in her favorite outfit. A white skirt, red tank top, huge black studded belt, 2 black gauntlets, her white sash, armband, star earrings, and tall black leather boots. You could say she was kind of a rocker. Oh, what? Like, I literally described her from head to toe. But only what she wore. Like, I didn't say, like, she had blonde hair. Like, I didn't describe any of her, like, physical features, just, like, her clothes. And I literally described everything. Like, that was super bad. And of course, if you know me, I totally drew her because that was me. So, let's see. Okay. Oh, yeah, so by the way, this was this was my character profile because, so here's her. Let me know if I described her pretty well, if you think that she looks like the way I described. But this is her character profile because I also said that she likes, oh wait, I want to make sure you can see it. She likes Doritos, Kool-Aid, oh yeah, and Sean. Again, another freaking case of that trope where 2 people like each other and aren't professing their love. Like, for some reason, like, I don't know how I got into that, but I don't do that anymore. So now, Kaylee found out that Sean also is in the competition. So they are getting ready to go to the Rainforest Cafe so they can celebrate. I don't have much time to get ready and I need to change, Kaylee said, starting to pull some clothes out of her drawers. Okay, Singa, that was her sister, said, skipping out of the room. Sean was still standing there. Sean, I need to change into different clothes. Can you leave me for a sec? Kaylee said, kind of freaked out. Sean snapped back into focus. Change? Right. Okay, he said. He backed out of the room, still staring at the black bra that Kaylee had pulled out. Sean stood on the steps, waiting for Kaylee to emerge, looking stunning as she always does. Oh my God. Even when she wears baggy clothes, she still looks amazing, he thought to himself. So imagine what he was thinking of when he backed out of the room. Sean pulled out a piece of paper from his pocket, unfolded it, and read its contents in his mind. Kaylee, when can I tell you how I feel? My love for you is truly real. No, this is so cringy. Next week will give me a chance to say what I've wanted to tell you every day. How I love your smile, your charm, your wit. This thought in my mind, I can't get rid of it. I long to be able to call you mine. Girl, do you know you're so darn fine? The things that we like may not be the same, but I couldn't hold back my attraction since the day you came. So please, dear Kaylee, I'll tell you what to do. Make me complete and love me too. Sean stared at the paper with anguish. He wanted to read her the note or tell her how he felt, but he was so afraid. I'm going to tell you sometime during the competition, Kaylee, when we can be away from home, from everybody. I'm going to tell you that I love you, he whispered. Kaylee opened the door, which startled Sean. He quickly folded up the paper and put it back in his pocket. He looked at Kaylee. Again, she looked stunning. She was wearing attire perfect for both a nice evening dinner and a game of DDR. She had on a black top and khaki pants. Oh my gosh. Guys, this was 2004 me. Yeah. I've come a long way. The poem notes, really? I didn't know that I did that. I wrote a lot of poems back then, so I can see why I did that, but like a 15-year-old boy? No. And then, like I said, again, the trope of not confessing your love to someone. And then he's like, when we can be away from home from everybody, I'm gonna confess my love. And it's like, you can do that like anytime. Like, you guys probably are alone all the time. And then like saying that she's wearing something perfect for like a nice dinner out and a game of DDR, like, what? Like, just doesn't make any sense. Oh my gosh. Oh, so I hope I gave you guys some entertainment, because that definitely gave me quite some laughs, and it was full of cringeworthy goodness. So I definitely want to hear other people's old cringeworthy writing. So of course, you know, you girls got some people to tag. So I'm going to tag Savannah J Goins, Natalia Leigh, and Jessi Elliott. I want to hear your guys' old writing, man. I want some laughs. And definitely, if I haven't tagged you guys, feel free to do this tag too, because I would love to hear it. And even if you don't have a YouTube, I still want you to do this tag. You can post on Insta stories, for example. So yeah, and then if you do that, then please tag me so that I can be sure to watch it. And don't forget to check out Marisa Mohi's video. I am super excited to check out her cringeworthy writing. And this is, you know, really fun because it just shows how far we've all come, and it shows that like it's okay for your writing to be crappy, whether you did it in grade school, high school, college, even a couple years ago. I can tell that my writing has improved. So it's actually really fun to see where I've come. So thank you guys for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up to support my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Until next time, bye.